guys. So we were just kind of like sitting here. We had a podcast guest that didn't show up yet, but so basically we just decided, well, we're gonna go live anyway and chit chat with everybody, since we've been slacking for a minute. And but it's
right.
okay. So I'm teaching Felicia and Ollie a little bit about how to access the stuff and go in, and so they're gonna play around over the next. If you may see them go live in the next couple days or something, they're just gonna be playing around. And but if you end up wanting to becoming a guest, you can always reach out to us. You don't have to be a truck driver. You can be an ally, LGBTQ friendly, whatever the situation may be, and just want to talk about life in general. We love making connections with people, meeting new people, and if you have not had the time to listen to the Radio Nemo show, which was pretty awesome, love the interview.
That was great.
We had a lot of fun, and it was Ollie's first endeavor with us, and
yes,
Cloud9, but yet also sweating her butt off. So
my wife had a great time. She had a fabulous time. She was sweating her ass off and really nervous, but all three of you guys nailed it right out of the park there. So it was really nice.
But I do want to talk to you about some people forgets that we are an organization, not just a Facebook page, and that's an important thing for people to always remember. We do help people. We help people get home. We help drivers, and we collaborate with other organizations to help drivers with mental health, and to help drivers who pass away get home, and drivers who are trying to get home. We have even helped with in the past for Meals with 18 Wheels. Getting drivers food. So just remember it, as an organization, we work with a lot of other people, Real Women in Trucking, AAWTA, and Project 4, Project 6. There's so many different programs out there, and which is good, but I just hope a lot of those programs are able to stay alive during our current crisis of how people are doing things. I'll just put it that way. I'm not politically trying to put anything out there, but I'm just saying that with a lot of the crackdown on funding and things like that, a lot of organizations and a lot of nonprofits are not going to be able to stay afloat, unfortunately.
Especially during these times, it can be very much rough, and unfortunately during these times we are being kind of targeted, and we got to be able to stand together and let everybody know you're not alone. So don't feel alone. This is why Bobby's created this organization, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. And I know he's came to me multiple times while I was in the truck with System, and just because I love to post my content, I love to talk to people and just reach out and spread my lifestyle and open the door up to the possibility of there are trans truck drivers, there are gay truck drivers, and even though I may be seen a little different, I'm no different than you. I'm no different than a regular family at home. At the end of the day, I got a family to support. I got 3 kids. I come home, I strive to just work as hard as I can, go home for the day, spend time with my family, go back out on the road. And things happen. Life happens. There's struggles. Everybody got their own struggles. I've been in and out of a job really kind of after leading System for a bit, and was able to kind of do a little bit here and there on some farm work and stuff like that. Just barely, not really. I wouldn't even say barely staying afloat. I was definitely not staying afloat, but it was getting some kind of money in my pocket. But the stress is kind of whittling down a little bit. And
people like to think that my life is perfect. I wish it was, but it's not.
Yeah, I think we all wish our life was perfect. Not gonna lie,
oh no, you never have struggle, girl. I still eat on the roller grill like everybody else, and I still do not even. There's paycheck to paycheck, and heck, sometimes my next paycheck's already spent before I even get it. So no,
right. Yeah, it honestly blows me away because I was getting that too on the road. Oh, you must live very comfortably. I'm not really. For a while there, I did live a little bit, not living paycheck to paycheck, but it got to the point where buying a new car and having another baby being born and stuff like that. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was really striving hard to make sure I was penny pinching a lot. So yeah, out to be able to spend having a dinner with my wife or go on a little trip and do something. But at the end of it, we're all striving and working our hardest to stay afloat during these hard times right now. So it is nice to have an organization just reach out to other people to let yourself feel like I'm not alone in this situation. It's nice to be able to just talk, and through an organization like this, you have many connections. You have great connections. You can possibly get a job with somebody, or somebody knows somebody, and I've been very much blessed by that way. So,
and if you have a voice, I am that person that when I see people that's wanting to share their content or showing interest in things, you will get a random message from me. Lisa is case in point on this. Like, you will get a random message saying, hey, I see you're trying to do something. You're trying to tell your story. How about I give you a platform to do it on? And that's literally how easy it happens. Like, you can reach out to me always. Like, I'm always open to talk about anything pretty much. And giving someone the ability to just be themselves.
Right. Bobby, you've reached out to me so much while I was in the truck, more than any other organization. This is something I just started like mass liking pages and groups and stuff like that through Facebook. And there's only a couple that were more than just a group. You guys were one organization that I followed, and there was another one, but most of the organizations that I was following through Facebook were profit. They were wanting money to even be within their group, or they were wanting money to even be a member and stuff. And I wasn't really about that. I was like, I just really want to be myself and post my free content for everybody else and reach out and get connections and maybe gain a friendship, gain a really cool person, a relationship or something like that. And you were the one organization that kept calling me, was like, hey, Felicia, how you doing? We see your content. We love your content. And, it was like almost like a couple times a week I was hearing from you. And then I was like, you know what? I finally was like, you know what? Let me be a part of it. So.
Well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it doesn't. A lot of people don't think, but it does cost money. It costs money to do things. It does, and you can support us, things like that. But I try not to promote that, if that makes sense. Like as much as possible, even though I am bougie broke, I still
we're both
pay
there.
for all of it. Pay for all of it, and between me and Derek and all the other members, we pay for us to get to our events and all this stuff like that. We do have some people that help out, but I don't push it all the time. A lot of people push it to a point of like money, and yeah. I don't do that. But it's not free to have, like, we have a YouTube premium account. We have the Restream premium account. We have premium accounts on X, premium account on Instagram, Linktree, Blue Sky. And when you add all that up, every one of them is a premium pay account. And
you're looking at just a couple $100 in those freaking platforms themselves, just so you can spread your word and spread the organization.
Like $300 a month.
Yeah.
And then we have the streaming and the editing access of all of our editing software for the stuff so I mean, it ends up being a little bit. I mean, it just does. But I mean, there is people that pay, and there is some people that do set it up, and I do. I don't have it right now. Hold on a second. I can. So I do put like this. I'll put the PayPal up sometimes. And when I do that, but I don't push it to a point of, hey, we need money. And in the past, now when the only time we do that is like when we're going to a big trucking show. And when we're going to a big trucking show and we're planning it and we're 3 months out, I'll start like a PayPal fundraiser or do a fundraiser online, because trucking shows cost anywhere from $3,000 to like $14,000 to be at. It's expensive. It's really expensive. But
and the one thing that you had brought to me that what I always started seeing, Bobby, is the money that you guys do raise up for like a fundraiser for the organization. It's not money that's going straight in your pocket. And that's what a lot of people also need to maybe open their eyes about, is that when you guys are giving money to the organization, it's not going into any of our pockets. We're not going out to having a bowling night, having a dinner, not going to the movies, not going buying some new clothing or anything. It might be like that. It's actually going back into giving people the word that they need, shirts, the support that they need, back to
the giveaways we give away at the show.
The giveaways, yeah, or like events, be able to post up event at a truck show, because again, like Bobby was explaining, a lot of people may not know, but it can be very much expensive, especially the bigger the truck show. The bigger the truck show, the more expensive it is to even get in.
Just to advertise, I think it's like $4,000 for a package. And I'm like, yeah, no. We went free, like the free stuff. I was like, yep, no, we can't. We just had like a little bitty name in the in the book, because we couldn't afford that. We really couldn't. So it's about. But at the end of the day, when I do events with people and we all show up together, it's about visibility. It's about, changing people's minds, just being there and letting them see us as, you know what, they're just a bunch of dysfunctional drivers like we are. And at the end of the day, their family, relationship, whatever, maybe a little bit of the demographics a little different, but at the same time, we're the same.
Right. Right. We're all the same, and we all striving to get somewhere in life, and that's where we like to see this organization grow, and so we can not only reach a lot of people out there, not just truck drivers themselves, like brokers, everybody that deals with the trucking industry, and then families that support or have a family member that is in the trucking industry, or if you're just a supporter in the trucking industry, like, we're here to reach out for everybody. And either you're straight, gay, or you just supporters or allies, we're here for you. We'd love to listen from you guys. We enjoy your guys' company. We are here for everybody in reality. Like, it becomes a big happy family, and that's where we try to shoot for.
And eventually, we have a couple of things that I want to do, and all of us do. We all pitch around ideas all the time. We're sitting there, we chat with each other when we can, and honestly, we are a big family. When someone's going through a crisis, or Ollie's in the hospital, we're all together in our little private background chat that you guys don't get to see, and then we're like, hey, what's going on? Give us an update, or when the baby was being born, or all the little things that happen, and we're a family at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, we really are, and that's what I wanted for everybody more than anything is a sense of belonging. And we have retired drivers. We have drivers that's from all over the world at this point. We have people in the UK and Australia, and it's just amazing that the outreach that we're getting. So I would like to say, though, just remember that we're on Linktree, we're on Instagram, we're on X, which used to be Twitter, we're on YouTube. I'd love to have more followers on the YouTube channel. We're over 100 now. We are on Blue Sky. And most of it can be found at LGBTQ TDN. And then also remember, we do have LGBTQ truckdrivernetwork.com. And then we have LGBTQvetted.com, which is another, if anybody wants to become a vetted company, they can reach out to us about that as well. And even as company-wise, I say company all the time, but it doesn't always mean trucking company.
Correct.
We're going to start doing some network listings. We've got Angie out of North Carolina. She's a dog groomer and a mobile groomer that will actually come out to your truck, or you can schedule if you're coming through. We have another groomer who's Nick down in Florida near Tampa Bay area. So and then we have a couple other services, truck parking areas that are LGBTQ friendly and safe zones for you to park at. So we're going to start listing categories on the page a little bit more of more vetted areas. So you don't have to be a vetted trucking company is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be that's the first people to think about is only trucking companies, but it's really not. There's a lot of other people that's reached out. So
yeah, you know what? That's a good point to put on is a lot of people don't realize that the trucking industry, and I didn't realize it it either until I started really driving the truck and everything like that, and reaching out to a bunch of drivers and a bunch of other people, and started really looking around. Was the driving industry has a foot almost in everybody's door because the things that we deliver, the transportation, the goods that we support, like we support the stores, we support every possible thing you can think of, because how do merchandise get shipped out? You know,
the old saying, you know, everything comes on a truck.
Everything comes in a truck. Yeah.
Whether it's a box truck, whether it's a big truck, at some point it's shipped on a truck.
Yeah, yeah, and you know, we're here to support you guys for that. So like, we love everybody the same, and we're here to support you. So if there's any company that wants to put in their word and also be a part of it, you know, we're happy to open that door. You know, our doors are always open. So.
And this week we are going to have, so the other website is biggaytrucker.com. That goes live this week. It actually is going to be another place that you can look at all of our podcast streams, all the past streams and everything. You'll be able to catalog and look at all this there. You can, which you also can do on our YouTube channel. But that also is going to have a live RSS feed every time that we go live. It'll pop up. So been working on that. Takes a minute to understand that. I'm a truck driver, not a computer science, whatever. But
Right? No, I feel that one a lot because I'm not that computer savvy. I'm getting better over the years. My wife is really computer savvy.
It's called YouTube.
And I'm not. Yeah, literally, you can YouTube everything and anything these days. I swear.
That's exactly
right.
It's like
YouTube's became a tool. It's no more than just a video platform to watch skits or funny videos. It's become a tool, and it's really nice, honestly. And but yeah, my wife and I are actually going to be. My wife and I, our family, are big gamers too. So we like to put out a lot of different kind of content. And throughout the years of actually just doing a lot of gaming content and being in the truck and also having my gaming console and PC in there, a lot of people were, you know, very much surprised on that. But I've actually met so many other truck drivers who are also gamers. So I was like, you know what? That's a good way to also connect on the same level. So I'm thinking about
behind me gaming,
right. So I mean, in the end, we're just kind of a bunch of nerds that enjoy driving a dang big truck. So in the end of it, I'd love to also connect and maybe have some podcasts of having some other fellow truck drivers and gamers all up in the same area, and you know, kind of build a community around there as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there are some people that have like complete gaming rigs in their truck, like it's completely set up, and they took like the bottom bunk out, and it's complete gaming setup, and the upper bunk is where they sleep at. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. It's just can't imagine. But for me,
you team drive, Bobby. You can't. You and your husband would be able to sleep on this top twin bunk. No, not very comfortable.
We're over 6,000 miles a week. We don't. It's not that I don't want to game, but I don't have time for that in the truck.
Correct. Yeah. So, like, I had the luxury of be able to, because it was just me in the truck, and at the end of the day, just, you know, a solo driver, I can only put in 11, 14 hours in a day. So by that time, I may have an hour or two. So I did have my PC and my Xbox. And then I actually had, believe it or not, this is what threw people off, I actually had my racing simulator in the truck as well. So my passenger side of my truck the bucket seat was able to turn around for the table. So I just mounted my steering wheel with my shifter and my clutch pedals. What's that?
Was it a T680?
The truck, yes, it was a T680, yeah.
That was like my favorite thing about T680s, because you can swivel your seat around, and I'd sit on my laptop while Ricky was asleep, and I'd be on my gaming laptop.
Yeah, no, it was really nice. I actually, one of my partners who still drives for System, he just keeps his seat just flipped around. It's his game. There's a massive on there, and he just games on it. I'm like, dude, how did you get a big TV in your dang small truck? It blows me away to watch other people's setups in a truck to make it more home if you're in a truck. And that's kind of something I would like to be able, you know, look at too, is other people's setups in their trucks.
Well, you know, so I just wanted to like pretty much just do a recap of things. If you haven't really checked in on all the stuff that we do, take time to look it up. And we have, a lot of things out there. We've been working really hard, and going forward, we're going to work even harder. There's a lot of things that we're trying to do, and people we're trying to network with and bring visibility to and talk to. We do have on Monday, we have the free mom hugs, which is coming up, and we're going to talk to them, the chapter in Florida. I believe there's going to be 4 of them, maybe 5. But so be sure to tune in for that. I think that's going to be a really, really
That's going to be fun.
And really neat and really fun to do. The other thing is, this used to be our truck, if you remember, kind of, sort of. Well, it ended up being something different than this, but that was the original. Actually, I've got it on here somewhere. But that was the original part. But we are working towards our next wrap. So something else that we're going to end up doing is we will be probably releasing 3 or 4 different versions, and I think we're going to include you all on like picking which one we should go with. So
that'll be exciting.
You never know. We may end up having 3 or 4 wraps, and we use all of them. That we have available. I'm not sure, but
right.
I like some really cool different ideas in my head, which is a scary place sometimes. But I've tried always. There's so many different flags, and I love our logo. It took me forever to kind of like come up with the logo with all the flags bordering around it. It's so hard to, but I like some different ideas. I think it would be kind of really cool to see a truck that kind of looks like metal is ripping back, like the graphic of it.
Oh yeah.
And if it
looks into like the flag underneath,
a different pride flag under each one of them, this is a metal ripping back. I think that'd be cool.
That would be kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
I like that idea. There's a couple different ideas. I also like the idea of actually putting up, the meaning of pride.
The flags. Yes.
So like even if it's stepped off red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then do it in like an angle, and then we literally put in all of like what each color represents. Right.
And that is very much important too, because my current boss that I just landed a new job. While we were actually, him being in the dump truck and him showing me and explaining to me, I'm learning how to float gears. I've never was taught how to float gears, so I was like, oh, this is exciting. So absolutely. So I told him like straight up the bat, like I just know how to double clutch. In the school we were trained, you're not supposed to float gears because that's not technically legally allowed. So I was taught to double clutch, and
it's not bad, double clutch. That's the proper way.
The proper way. And during the time of me driving and him showing me and all that stuff, he was just he was genuinely curious too, because in a small town and stuff, and this goes for everywhere. Small towns are a little less informative on pride flags, transgender, gays, like I kind of dropped the bombshell on him the first interview. I just kind of dropped the bombshell, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I am a trans woman. He goes, I would have never thought of. He was asking, what's the difference between a trans woman and drag? And I think there'll be some topics to eventually probably go on and talk about in the later podcasts and stuff. Would be kind of fun and educational for a lot of people. And for myself too, because I'm still learning about all these flags. I had to kind of try to keep up to date on all these different flags, because there's some flags I still don't know what the meaning is. But yeah, I think it would be really good. It's kind of like what you're saying, with the rap, have the kind of meaning what those flags represent. So that'd be a really good thing to have.
Now, I just love, I think that it's really neat that some things we should be doing going forward is definitely going to be like, Ollie was talking about some things I really love, which is like education. I love educating people, and a lot of people, like when we did the visibility project, a lot of people do not have a clue when we set up I set up with like 36 flags going down the side of the truck.
Yeah.
Most people don't know past 10 what they want.
Right. Even if they get to 10, like a lot of people will just really know if just a few
It's usually like,
flags.
it literally is usually, most people kind of know the bisexual flag, and then trans, the original pride flag, the
Hmm.
progressive pride flag. But when it gets past that,
Yeah.
you get gray area. You know, the Bayer pride flag's kind of, it kind of says itself. You've got like the pup flag, but then you literally get to that point where people are just like, yeah, I have no clue. I got nothing.
And you know what?
But
Yeah, I get it too, because
kid.
I am in the same boat there too. Coming from a transgender person, coming from somebody who's part of the LGBTQ community, because so we're not only educating people that are allies and normal people, but yeah, we're educating ourselves too, because we're always evolving. That's one thing I do know is we're always evolving. We're evolving as an LGBTQ community, and things are always a little bit changing. So,
Like I saw this the other day, and I just downloaded it, and I just thought this was really cool. So like this is the history timeline for the pride flags, and I feel like a lot of people don't even know this, like because you
yeah.
got non-binary, genderqueer, agender, aromantic, gender fluid, polysexual, pansexual, asexual, bisexual. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, gay male, gay lesbian. I mean, in this, I kind of don't know how many people would even be able to go through that by themselves and even know what all the flags were. Intersex.
I know I can raise my hand and say that I wouldn't be able to 100%. I know like maybe 4 of those flags, 5 of those flags.
But I think it's really cool that we start, Ollie especially, she kind of hit on that, and I think that we should
Mm-hmm.
start doing some educational things, like little educational
Yes.
excerpts that you and Ollie put together, or even I help with some of them. But like, some people don't know the history of Pride. Some people
Right.
don't know
Absolutely.
who Harvey Milk is. They don't know who people are. So I feel a lot of people. It's education, and education is key at the end of the
I, I
day.
I think it would be nice to eventually get to. And my wife and I have been talking about like having maybe one podcast, a month, or maybe a couple podcasts, one podcast a week or something, and just an educational day,
Hmm.
whatever it may be, just an educational day. Give some people some insight on where it may came from, the foundation of it, the backstory behind it, and where we can see it going. So I think it would be kind of fun. Absolutely.
So there's just a lot of things, and there's things I have no. Even myself, I have been so educated on this stuff, and I try to stay on top of it as much as possible. But I will tell you, even myself, I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, I have no idea. There'll be something that
Right.
comes up, and I'm like, no, wait a minute. I'm pretty good at this, and I know, but like, I still have my what the fuck moment. I'm being on it. I know that's not the proper thing. I shouldn't say that, but
It's accurate though. It is absolutely accurate because I do it too.
it happens to everybody, and I'm like, wow. So, um, sorry, I'm proving a point right now. So basically, a
But
picture that I'm going to show you. I'm downloading it really fast because like this is something that confused me a while back, and let's see if it loads fast. Okay, look. So this, if you really want to get down to it, this is.
oh wow, oh wow, yeah. No, there's some signs out there like the triangle, the upside down triangle, and the like Vikings axe. Yeah, wow, that's interesting. I'd like to be able to actually download that and see that myself. And
You have like the two spirit. You some
yeah,
of them are outdated, some because you have been replaced with the newer ones, but
yeah,
there is so many, and I have 36 of them, but and literally when a new one comes out, I end up going and I run to eBay, I buy it, I buy 2 of them because And it's getting to the point that even for myself, when I do the visibility project, we're gonna have to like. I feel like I should put like a tag at the bottom corner of what
Mhm.
the flag is, when the flag was invented, and what it represents, like a small
Yeah,
little
yeah,
tag at the
yeah.
bottom, because like even for me to keep track, it's very hard at times.
Oh,
It's very
absolutely. Just because it's so it's progressing practically daily. It's evolving daily. Every year, something either changes a little bit or like yeah, it can be a lot. There's a lot of information there.
And then something else I'll talk about is I say this all the time, and we've got controversial over this before, so we're going to go over this. This is something that pride is 365. I've always felt
Hmm.
that way. I do feel that way. Pride in my house does not stop because June is over.
Right.
I am very proud of who I am, and if you're living your life every day, um, that's just it's pride in my house every day. It doesn't change. So, but another thing is this has always been. Whoops, I did it the wrong way. But oops, sorry. But it's just very important to always remember that you never know what a person's going through.
Right.
And there's moments where you can get like really mad, really upset, say certain things, whatever. But like at the end of the day, you don't know what that person's going through. Or most of the time, and through my own experience, you realize that most people, when they're lashing out, it's because they're covering up what's going on in their life at that moment.
Absolutely.
And it's like a defense mechanism. It really is. So just,
It's
like
a fight or flight. It's a fight or flight.
So, I mean, I just want to say you're never alone. You do matter. And then always remember 988. I do know that they are taking some of the options off on 988, but just do remember that 988 is important. They can help.
Hmm.
Um, and at the end of the day, you're not alone. Our number is out there as well on the web page and on the stuff. You can call in. You actually will talk to me personally when you call, but you can call in and just or you can message the page. You can message the page. You can message the website. So
Absolutely.
even on the website, a lot of people don't realize that on the website we do have an AI that instantly answers with auto response based on what you send, but it does get straight to my phone and the other people in our group's phones that have access to it. So basically, it pops up and you can get those questions. Let's see.
But yes, if there's, I think I'll be putting, I think I'll put my number up there too for a support line as well for other people because I'm always here. I'm always willing to listen and talk, and I can practically talk to anybody. So I may not always have the right advice right then and there, but at least I'll be willing to listen to you and let you know that you're not alone in whatever situation you may be in. And even if it's just you having a hard time coming out to your family or your job or how to go about on making it more comfortable for you in a safer workspace or like that, because I deal with that. I'm a trans woman. I've been in the hardcore male dominated industry most of my life, construction, fight wildland fires. I'm actually redoing my wild card and getting recertified up again so I can go back on wildland fires in a water tender truck. But welding and driving a truck. And unfortunately, yes, the trucking industry is pretty dominated by the male industry. So it can be hard as a trans person or a female to male or whatever you identify as. It can be hard sometimes to wanting to come out and feel like you're alone. You're not alone. You can
Right.
reach us here, and we're here to support you. We're here to listen and give you the best support as we're capable of. And if you guys, again, like Bobby said, if you guys ever want to come up on here, be a guest on the show, we'd love to sit down and just chat with you. At the end of the day, we want to hear you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So that's basically what our show's going to be today. We're kind of like chit chatting, running around, and I was like, hey, we need to go live. We haven't been on live for a minute, and but yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to chit chat with everybody. I really just wanted everybody to see and then see. I think that's really cool. Sorry.
He's over on the web just like to scroll out. Wow, I didn't know that.
Sorry. The cool thing is the way our system is set up. I literally can be talking to you, and as I'm talking to you, I can literally download something. So like
and put it up.
And put it up. So like, and I just think that's really cool when you can do that. Personally.
Yeah, Bobby is teaching me on how to properly use these softwares. As I'm a content creator, and I was like always kind of nitpicking him and kind of get some details on editing and stuff. I'm like, I usually do use these stuff, and look, he's able to do stuff like this, which is absolutely amazing. So eventually, I'll get to where he's at.
So like, yeah, I mean, like, and this is something I kind of was talking about, but like, you know, the colors of the flag, what they represent, and a lot of people don't even know that. A lot of people have no clue that there is a meaning to each color, and I just think that's important to do.
You're calling me out, Bobby. I did not know it. I did not know that. So thank you for informing me on that. That's amazing.
There is.
That's awesome.
But like even these three little things that we showed today, most people have no clue about this, and little tidbits of information is just important to put out there. So.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess me and Felicia is going to go and do other things now. But
I gotta get to work, but it's been a pleasure to sit down with you guys, and thank you guys for the people that are tuning in. Absolutely, it's been a pleasure.
And so we will see you all soon, and thank you all, and have a good day, everyone.
Later.